division started 25 years ago, and you look at tonight, $600 to the winner. This is a division that has made its way to prime time. The Casa Grande Builders, 25, and this is going to be just a crown jewel of the street stock season.
And again, we salute Dell's Vinyl Siding out of Cheshire, Connecticut. We appreciate their continued support of adding some bucks. Do you know there was a time in this division that if you won more than a couple of races, you'd be penalized? That's no longer the case. There's no penalties. It's racing at its best. And we are under green here at Stafford. The Casa Grande Builders Street Stock 25 is green under the lights. And nobody so far is pulling away without a fight. But down the back straightaway, Greg DeMone is out in front.
So DeMone is all alone at the front of the field. He's being chased by Chris Bagnall. And now it is Vince Gambacorta on the outside. He jackknifes his way into third. Right now it's Veterans Day in this street stock race as we have veteran drivers in the top three positions.
There's no question about that, but look a little further back in the field, and there's good racing wherever you look here. Meanwhile, the Cole Chambrello's threading the needle through traffic. Hopkins is looking racy as well.
Ciriello goes around in turn 4.
Bad scramble here. Everybody makes it by. Ciriello gets it in forward motion. And believe it or not, we are green and racing. And there is no caution on the field.
A typical pinball machine in turn number 4. Ciriello is getting battered around from all directions. Made a spin, but was able to recover. And that's good news for Greg DeMone because he is able to maintain his top spot.
Good racing further back in the field. Hopkins is starting to work over Johnny Walker. And when you can run with Walker here at Stafford, that's credentials good enough to put on your diploma and hang it on your living room wall.
And now Walker trying to go underneath Megan Fuller. So he has some stamina as he is able to stomp his way underneath the 2-car. Johnny Walker is a veteran. He knows he has 5 extra laps, and he knows that he has plenty of time to get to the front.
While that's been happening, Gambacorta has reeled in on Chris Bagnall as those 3 cars run out in front and start to pull away. All of a sudden, we see the 44 of Rob Sears. Now he's in the middle of a 6-car group that is contending for the position that he's currently holding down.
Now the 21 of Jason Lafayette. Around goes Sear. In between turns 1 and 2, and clobbering him is George Bissett Jr. So the Mad Pup gets tangled up with the 44 of Rob Sear, bringing out our first caution.
No way a situation.
All right, we'll see you next week, Nicole. Good job.
So Nicole Chambrello will have to watch the rest of this from the infield, and she will probably be looking at a pretty interesting restart between Greg DeMone and Chris Bagnall, with Gambacorta and Haidar in the second row, and Travis Haidar, a teenager, going up against some of the street stock veterans.
Well, you know, Matt, you look down on pit road, we've got 3 cars out of the competition and 3 pretty strong ones. You've got the Bissett car, the Chambrello machine, and the 44 of Sears. But right now, we're back to green and racing. And Bagnall...
No start.
Got a little bit too rambunctious, and we do not get a good clean start. Therefore, the yellow is hunted down by the green. They're going to tighten it all back up, and we'll try it all over again.
In the National Football League, they call it a false start, except nobody here will get a 5-yard penalty. Just have to make sure they'll be on their best behavior this time, with DeMone operating against Bagnall.
Oh, we've got some smoke coming out of a car further back in the field, Matt, and we've got to keep our eyes on that situation. As the green flag comes out, that was a picture-perfect start. DeMone is still trying to guard the lead. We haven't seen him run this strong in a few years, and last week he was just as impressive. Look at Gambacorta, and all of a sudden, Brandon Michaels and Michael Hopkins are all coming to the front. They call Hopkins Lightning, and his dad is here tonight. As Hopkins looks really racy, coming through that outside groove, Matt. But Brandon Michaels is there, and he is always very strong in this class.
And it's 3 wide. Here comes Michael.
3 wide.
3 wide. Gamba Corda is in the middle. On the outside is Hopkins. So as they blockbuster their way off the corner, the man who made that 3 wide move work is Brandon Michael.
And there's no question about it. Walker was able to pull it off on the inside lane, but Hopkins isn't about to give up. Hopkins moves into the top 6. Walker is up to the 5th position. Meanwhile, off the pace, the 21 machine of Jason Lafayette, who turned some heads last week, and of the rental cars are in their own little dogfight battle at the back of the pack as they continue to show a lot of potential there. Back up front, car number 11 is on a move. Travis Hydar started back in the 8th position, Matt, and he's up on the podium in the 3rd spot with Brandon Michaels behind him in the 4th spot. Walker is in 5, and then Hopkins is in the 6th spot. And then coming back to the competition, all of a sudden, is Zachary Robinson, who started 15th on the grid. He goes from blue to red in his color scheme. 9 of 25 are down in the Casa Grande Builders Street Stock 25.
Walker for 4th.
Now Walker is trying to get underneath Brandon Michael in a fight for 4th. He has inside leverage. Let's see what happens as they stagger their way into turn number 3. The man nor'eastering his way into the top 4, Johnny Walker, and by a nostril, he is able to get by Brandon Michael, and also moving up is Hopkins. They've been like tag team partners tonight. Wherever Walker goes, that's where Mike Hopkins goes.
Sure is, Matt, and it continues to be an unbelievable battle going on there, and it's not a battle of 5 cars, it's a battle of the top 12 cars, Matt, and that's how close they are.
And we still have the entire second half of the race to go. Remember, it's 25 laps. When will back down? Try to make a move against Simone. Right now he has his hands full holding off Travis Hydar, the student at Abbott Tech in Danbury. Walker getting a challenge from Hopkins, and Hopkins, he is going to cruise underneath, machete underneath the Johnny Walker car.
And while that is happening, Zach Robinson with that red car, he moves into the top 5. So he has moved into the 5th position. Brandon Michaels sets in the 6th spot, and back to the front of the field. Travis Hydar is still all over Bagnell, but he just doesn't have enough, Matt, to complete the move and make the mission. There is now 11 laps remaining.
So it was a hiccup by Johnny Walker. He got trapped on the outside, and it cost him 3 positions. Travis Hydar trying to Jenny Craig his way underneath back now. A little Woody Woodpecker action on the back bumper to that 77 car. So Hydar is trying everything he knows.
Zach Robinson skating without a partner as he slips and slides both high and low.
Boy, it looked like he was on the ice capade.
But again, it still remains a single file battle with 6 cars, and here comes Brandon Michael. He gives a smooch to the back bumper of Walker, and Gamba Corda goes spinning. But will Gamba Corda keep it running? No, he's not going to be so kind.
So we have
during the course of the 2018 season, and what we refer to as Race Central. Now, interestingly enough, all the other divisions here at Stafford, they have what they call transponders, which are electronic timing and scoring. That is not the case in the Dare stock.
14 was sent to the rear for overaggression.
And car number 14 was sent to the rear for being a little bit too rambunctious. And he'll pick up at the rear of the field.
So the moment of truth has arrived for Greg DeMone, looking for his first ever Stafford win. And it would be the biggest moment of his racing career. The green comes out, and it's Bagnall who gets a jump. New leader, Chris Bagnall.
And while that's happening, here comes Michael Hopkins on the outside, lightning. He almost had second, but right there with him comes Johnny Walker. giving him a power assist. Little tap to the back bumper and then some. As they work their magic, Bagnell still leads them back to the line, but Des Moines is still holding on to second, and hats off to him. Meanwhile, here comes Walker again, but here comes Michael Hopkins, stringing it out, and Hopkins moves into second. He's in striking distance, Matt. 8 laps to go.
They're trailing by about the length of a magic wand. So the 78 has enjoyed a resurgence. Mike Hopkins. Chris Bagnell got a new car last year. It took him half the season to figure it out, and the second half of the season, he was awesome. He's been awesome tonight, but here comes Hopkins. Bold move to the bottom, and he torpedoes his way to the lead. 6 laps to go in the Casa Grande 25.
Off the turn, Michael Hopkins, son of Chris Hopkins, legendary starter here at the Stafford Motor Speedway and on the eastern seaboard. As Hopkins, once in command,
Chris Hopkins is here tonight. He was just
pulls away.
And he is starting to fatten his lead. Damone goes back in his second. Travis Hydar trying to slam his way into the top 3. Michaels is following him. And Johnny Walker is fighting for 5th and 6th place.
Brandon Michaels is right in the middle of all of that as well. Bagnell drops back a bit. Less than 5 circuits, it's all going to be history. Here comes Travis Hydar with a tap. Here comes Brandon Michaels. And that's a bid for the 3rd spot. And now
Michael is going to get there, but here comes Johnny Walker. He goes downstairs. Back end comes around, makes contact with Hydar. And Hydar is in distress in between turns 1 and 2.
he gathers it back, and we bring out a caution. As everybody, the most fun you can ever have riding with legendary Bob Potter in the 2-seater. And congratulations, Kathy.
She can go to the office.
You can go to the Speedway office to obtain more information.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very interesting conclusion of the race. We know Michael Hopkins is fast.
Did you hear I said Mike Hobson's dad?
He has kind of gutted it out, persevered for the first 21 laps. And another fast car, that's Brandon Michaels in car number 74, and we know he is hungry.
And last
in
week's
4
winner,
laps,
Fuller's in 5th.
one of our drivers are going to be $600 richer, and Megan Fuller has come from the shadows to move into the top 5.
Here we go. Green flag is out. And again, Hopkins takes advantage of things at the point. Brandon Michaels quickly moves into second. Des Moines back in the 3rd spot. And Megan Fuller, her dad Rick said, I'm not going to put tires on. If she's going to run up front tonight, she's got to earn it. And I think she's earning it, Matt.
Well, she has gotten a lot better since the start of the race, holding off back now for the 4th place division, and now she is going after Damone. Widening his lead is Mike Hopkins trying to pull away from Michael. There is a battle for the lead and also a battle for 3rd and 4th between Greg Damone and Megan Fuller.
And that's a great battle going on. No one giving up an inch. All of a sudden, meanwhile, Gamba Corda is coming back to the front with Zach Robinson. They were both involved in jingles a little bit earlier. This time, when they come to the stripe, Michael Hopkins, better known as Lightning to his friends, sees the white flag. His dad, Chris Hopkins, all the way up from Florida to witness this historic event for Michael. If he can hold on for less than 3/4 of a mile in the biggest payday in 2018. Black cars spin in turn 4. No harm, no foul. Ladies and gentlemen, off turn number 4, Michael Hopkins has done it. He will take down the win. Brandon Michaels for 2nd. Des Moines for 3rd. Fuller for 5th. Bagnell to finish in the 6th spot. Rounding out the top 7.
win.
A big $600 victory from Casa Grande Builders.
Dells.
And Dell's Vinyl Siding. All eyes are on Napa Victory Lane. Don't go away. The SK Modifieds, the fastest division of the night, are just around the corner. Michael Hopkins is out of the automobile. Let's hear it for tonight's winner, and let's head to Victory Lane.
Okay, jumping jacks jump on the roof of this number 78 Michael Hopkins. What a race. What a run, man. Coming up through the pack. Good piece of driving tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, we got it. Where do we start? Lucky 13. I don't know if Teddy's watching us. We know him, and thanks, man. Troyer family, sorry for your loss this week. Anyways, man, thank you. There's so many people to thank. Yeah. First off, Joe Hamstander right here, classy guy, did us right. My crew, my family, thank you so much. My girlfriend Menchie's here. My mom, hopefully made it down. Chasing Lafayette. Jared Scour put the setup in this thing, and we've been going back and forth, left and right.
Let him know that they added $100 to the purse.
Thank you, bro.
So it's $600 to win.
Leading to Unlock, our being a sponsor. Thank you, Gail. Skips Outdoor Accents, shed.net to get your new shed. Tudor House Liquors. Thank you, Sullivan Weldon. I got the first win of the team. Yeah, boys. Bubba's Performance. Thank you for the paint. Napa, Stafford Speedway, DMS Photos. And what's the last contingency sponsor? Oh, Casa Grande. Rick, thank you so much.
Dell's Vinyl Lance.
Hey, Mike.
Dell's Vinyl Lance Siding. Vinyl Siding.
For the winner of the Casa Grande 25-lap main event, Street Stocks. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You know, we just want to inject one more thing that additional money was provided by Dell's Vinyl Siding from Cheshire, Connecticut. We want to thank those good folks as well. So making it a $600 victory. Now back to John Gage. John?
Okay, man, I got Brandon Michael standing next to me. Brandon, good run, 74. You were coming on strong there, especially at the end.
Yeah, first I got to congratulate the 78 team. They ran a great race. I think we all had our basic, head game of trying to survive and just pick them off one by one. I definitely had the car to beat tonight. I took my time. We lost our brakes about 8 laps to go, and I was doing all I could to just stay where I was. If we had brakes and a little bit more time, we definitely would have ran him down, but can't complain for the finish. We started in the back. We picked our way through. Really good car. We made a couple of changes, and we were right there. I made a couple of changes on my driving, and we're definitely right there. It's nice to be back on the podium. I think we're going to be here pretty much every week from here on out, and this championship's going to be a fun thing to run for this year. I got to thank everyone that helps out in this car. Ray Navaroli, he gave me a real big check this week for tires. That was a huge help. I got to thank John Berardi. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. My entire family, my girlfriend, all my supporters that are here day in, day out. I got to thank Basement Screen Printing, All Season Small Dream Pair, Napa, DMS Photos, Stafford for the awesome track to run at every week, and we'll be back next week.
All right, man. Fine piece of driving. Congratulations to Brandon Michael, second place. Let's talk to our third place finisher, Greg Damone, coming to Victory Lane, Napa Victory Lane. Greg, man, 68 car was flying tonight. First of all, congratulations on your run. Second of all, you almost had that one.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I know on the restart they're going to push me around. I'm an old guy. They got no problem pushing me around like one of their own. So it's all good. It's all good. I hung on to it and kept on digging and digging and digging. And it's these guys racing me clean, a little bumping. But when you're going for this kind of money, that's the kind of stuff that happens. I want to thank the Lord. My wife is here. And I want to thank Gus Swallow, who's the one who got me involved with this to begin with about 5-6 years ago. So it's his fault. It's his fault.
Greg, congratulations, man. A good run. Good to see you here at Napa Victory Lane. And that 68, I'm sure, is going to go to Victory Lane very soon. Let's go back up to the tower.
And now,